The one reason why your care homes are failing to attract inquiries, particularly from private families, is this, is that you are not doing enough to attract inquiries from private pay families in particular. Now, it's often I speak to care homes and they may be looking to get more inquiries, and I ask them, well, what are you doing right now? And they'll say they have a website, tick. They have a Facebook page, tick. And they may be on a directory such as carehome.co.uk, tick. And they think and believe that that is marketing or that is promoting their care homes to people who otherwise do not know them. Any care home worth its salt, in fact, any business, it's not just specialty care homes, will be getting referrals from people who already know them, or in this case, perhaps families who've already used the care home, that word of mouth. But if you are not doing things to attract people, inquiries from people who don't necessarily already know you or don't know you enough, then that's where you are failing. And that's the situation that I see and hear about a lot when I speak to care home owners in particular. And what that may mean is that if the care home is wanting to get more inquiries from people who do not already know about them, then they have to do extra things above and beyond posting on Facebook, having a website, having a listing in a directory such as carehome.uk. Every single care home has that. It's nothing special. The question is, how do you drive more and more people to your website from prospective families, from families who are looking for care homes, thinking about the possibility, exploring possibilities and of various care homes in their catchment areas? How do you make sure your Facebook pages and your posts are not seen just by your followers? You may have 200, 1,000 followers. How do you get your Facebook pages and your good news stories and everything that is on your Facebook page out to 10 times that number? And how do you make sure that families and stakeholders hear about you in a much more pronounced and amplified way? Because that's the way you're going to attract inquiries from families, and inquiries from families that you would otherwise not get. So the key point here I want to convey is that websites, Facebook pages, online directories, you're just doing what everyone else does, and that's just the absolute basics in 2024. So what you must be doing is doing activities, marketing activities, for example, that will really 10 times that, at least, the kind of reach and engagement. So that may be, for example, that will be using Google Ads and Google pay-per-click and advertising to drive those families who are looking for care homes in your catchment area to your website, and then your lovely branded, your nice new website will start to work of those families finding your details about your care homes interesting and attractive, and then subsequently making that call or inquiry. Or even if they don't at that particular time, because they may be looking at a number of different care homes in the catchment area, by the fact that they would have gone to your website by, for example, an ad, there's every chance that that ad will follow them around when they are online, and your advert will be popping up. So, that's a way to really to amplify and get to shoot 10 times, 20 times more visitors, relevant visitors, to your website than you may already have, particularly if you have a nice branded new website and it looks very nice, which is really good. But it is just a first step. If you want to get more inquiries than you are already getting. And it may be, for example, leaflet drops. A number of care providers I speak to say that leaf drops are very useful and do generate more inquiries and interest. So that's another way. And those leaf drops, if they're done well, are going into in effect, direct mail, going to the letterbox of families in your area. And it may be, for example, you've got your very nice Facebook page and you're posting and congratulations, and you've got nice engagement perhaps from your staff and from your families who already are using you. But there are strategies and ways, and that can be through Facebook ads, that can be through Facebook boosts, to both increase engagement and interest and reach on your Facebook page. So one particular post may be seen by tens of thousands of people rather than 200 or 300. And Facebook ads can start to generate leads from families who may be interested in the possibility of learning more about your care home. So again, those are ways to kind of accelerate and amplify, to generate inquiries, more inquiries than you are already getting. Another thing which I think is generally massively underutilized and a very, very simple thing to do is to have e-shots, and that's e-shots to all your healthcare and stakeholders, your healthcare professionals, your GPs, your lawyers, your counsellors, your mayors, your journalists in your area, your financial advisors, all those kind of people, church groups, those people who have contacts and are, I would say, VIPs in your community, particularly with the demographic that you are after, which is, families with people, ideally, sons and daughters, but also for potential residents themselves. And the e-shots, which are a very simple thing to do, very simple and easy to put together. And those are going out every so often to those stakeholders and VIPs and influencers, I call them, in your communities. And you are telling them, those aren't salesy marketing e-shots or emails saying, you've got so and so many beds, but they are celebrating the positive stories and events and things going on in your care home. It is an absolute truth that local people do like to know what's going on in their local care homes. You are experts in looking after our nation's elderly. Everyone has an elderly relative, and your care home is local. And make sure, if you are doing these e-shots or emails, that they are really about showcasing the wonderful things you are doing. People do read them. I've seen it. And if you send them to healthcare professionals, they also read them. And one thing that's always struck me is that a huge amount of referrals from care homes come from your healthcare professionals, your commissioners, your social workers, your GPs, your district nurses. So they are providing you with so much business, in effect, your team to help care for and support these residents. So even by thanking them via email would be appreciated, and it's certainly a good way to cultivate that relationship. But at least, send them updates about what you are doing as a care home, because that will further make sure that you are noticed and appreciated and remembered by those people who are so, so important for providing you with referrals. Never ever take it for granted, which I'm sure you don't, but never ever take it for granted. In fact, do more than that. Thank them for being a partner in helping you provide great care for the people and the elderly people in the catchment areas. And lastly, I would say that if you want to be going above and beyond to make sure that you get noticed in a way that almost certainly most of your other care homes in your catchment areas aren't doing, is make sure you get regular and ongoing positive press coverage. That's journalists writing every few months about your care home. That's regional newspapers and their online sites. That's BBC and ITV television and radio. And in this way that you are helping amplify that word of mouth, particularly from people who don't know about you already or don't know a lot about you. They're going to be reading it and hearing and seeing these good news. So this is another way to make sure that all those wonderful stories that are coming from your care homes, all those wonderful stories of personal personalised care, of your wonderful care teams, of your wonderful manager, of all the activities that you're doing and helping residents achieve outcomes, particularly around dementia care, which is a massive, massive national healthcare issue. And you are supporting people with dementia. So make sure, I do strongly suggest that you tell the press about all those dementia care related initiatives that you are doing, again, to get people to notice you. And that will help drive your reputation and profile, particularly, again, I repeat, from people who don't know about you already, and help drive people to your Facebook pages and to your websites, which you have up and running. So go and do that, and I hope that helps. And if you like this video, then please make sure you subscribe, give me a comment. It just helps to spread the word and make sure that you really, all care homes do their utmost to celebrate what they are doing and ultimately to drive interest and inquiries from families.